Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any upcoming videos. Now let's get started. Hey cousins, did you know that George Foreman passed away? Let's dive deep into this exhilarating life of this boxing legend, entrepreneur, and spiritual warrior. At the end, I'm going to just let the montage roll. So once you hear me stop speaking, continue to watch because I have beautiful pictures of his life. Okay, let's get started. George Edward Foreman was born January 10th, 1949 in Marshall, Texas. Raised in Houston's Fifth Ward, young George faced a tumultuous upbringing. Dropping out of school in the 9th grade, he found himself entangled in street life. However, at 16, he joined the Job Corps, a decision that introduced him to boxing and set him on a path for greatness. Now, I have cousins that view us from all around the world. Thank you guys. And I know some people are like, what is Job Corps? Well, Job Corps is a program that helps teens and young adults with their future. Job experience, it gives them job training, it gives them a trade like carpentry or plumbing, things like that, so that they can have skills to move forward in their life. And if you drop out of school, they'll help you get your GED and or your high school diploma. They also have a campus where you can live there. So it's a really great program, and they're still around, and they've been around for generations. Okay, back to George. George Foreman's boxing journey accelerated rapidly. He clinched the gold medal in heavyweight division in 1968 in the Mexican City Olympics, showcasing his raw power and determination. This achievement catapulted him into the professional boxing scene. A year later, George turned pro in 1969. George quickly made a name for himself. In 1973, he became the world's heavyweight champion by defeating the legendary Joe Frazier in a stunning bout where he knocked Frazier down 6 times in 2 rounds. Damn. However, his reign faced a setback in 1974 during the iconic Rumble in the Jungle. Y'all know who I'm talking about. In Africa, he lost his title to no other than I am the prettiest, I float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, Muhammad Ali. Yes, you guys know in my last video, my tribute, I said that I like basketball, but I don't know about basketball. But my grandfather was a boxer, so I know boxing. Throughout his career, George, like many other African American athletes of his time, faced racial discrimination. And despite these challenges, he remained focused and resilient, breaking barriers and paving the way for future generations of Black athletes. I love the athletes during that time because they stood for something. And because there wasn't much representation on television, they were that spark to let us know we can do it too, you know? Of course, this is before my time. I'm a millennial. But I grew up hearing about all these greats. After a loss to Jimmy Young in 1977, Foreman experienced a profound transformation. In his dressing room, post-fight, he had a near-death experience that changed his life forever. George described feeling like he was in a dark place, surrounded by nothingness and sorrow. He believed he had died and was brought back to life by the grace of God. This profound experience led him to become a born-again Christian. He retired from boxing at the age of 28 to serve the Lord and become an ordained minister and preacher at the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ in Houston since 1980. That is absolutely beautiful. And if you look at his life, like I said, I'm going to let the montage roll. But if you look at his life, he had a fulfilled, beautiful life. I'm not saying that he didn't have any challenges, because it's life and life be lifing, and we all go through it, right? We all have a story to tell. But his life, from the outside looking in, it just looked full. If you know what I mean. He looked fulfilled. And when you find purpose in your life, besides the superficial cars and house, once you reach a certain point of success, you're looking for more after that, because you're then chasing emptiness, if that makes sense. You reach, your bank accounts are full. You have all the clothes, you have all the women, and there's still a sense of emptiness. And so once you get past that, you would think that his purpose was to be a boxer. But if you kept tabs on George Foreman after his boxing career, you would see that his life was so much more. Like, kids from this generation don't even know him as being a boxer. They know him as the grill guy. My algorithm is telling me that you're watching, but you're not subscribing. Quit treating me like the cousin you don't like. Subscribe and share. A decade after his retirement, driven by a desire to fund his youth center and prove that age is just a number, George Foreman made an unprecedented comeback. In 1994, at the age of 45, he reclaimed his heavyweight title by defeating Michael Moorer, becoming the oldest heavyweight champion in history, a record that still stands. Now, I'm wondering about that because Mike Tyson had a fight after retirement, and I'm wondering, would that count as beating George Foreman's record of the oldest heavyweight champion? Or does that not count, and that is considered an exhibitionist? Can we guys discuss this in the comments? I would really love to know the answer to that. Thank you. Beyond boxing, George showcased his business acumen with introducing the George Foreman Grill in the mid-90s. This lean, mean, fat-reducing fighting machine became a household staple, selling over 100 million units worldwide. Foreman's approachable personality and genuine enthusiasm made him a beloved figure in every home, everywhere. Now look, guys, I'm kind of embarrassed. Put in the comments if you own a George Foreman grill. I personally own about 4 or 5. Hear me out. I believe the George Foreman grill is the best invention since the microwave. I have it in every size. I have it in every type. And I don't know if you guys knew about this one, but I have the one that looks like the little round old-fashioned grill, charcoal grills that we barbecue with that go outside. Well, it's an electric indoor-outdoor. It goes on the countertop grill. When I say I love George Foreman grills, oh my gosh. I used to grow up watching the infomercials and say, when I grow up, I'm going to own that one, that one, that one, that one. And as you can see, I own the lot. I love my George Foreman grills, and don't touch them. Do you need me to make something for you on this grill? Because I don't want you to break them. If you don't have one, go get one. What are you doing? Now, I didn't know that George Foreman was an author. Did you? George also made his mark as an author, penning several books that reflected his diverse interests and life experiences. By George, the autobiography of George Foreman. It came out in 2000, an animated look into his life's journey. George Foreman's Guide to Life, How to Get Up Off the Canvas When Life Knocks You Down, in 2003, is a motivational guide inspired by his own challenges. God in My Corner, a spiritual memoir. He wrote that one in 2007, detailing his spiritual journey and his faith. I had no idea that George Foreman was an author, but I'm about to get the audiobooks because I love to read and I love me some audiobooks. In addition to his literacy contributions, George ventured into television. From 2016 to 2018, he starred in a reality TV show called Better Late Than Never, alongside Henry Winkler, William Shatner, Terry Bradshaw, and comedian Jeff Dye. The series followed these cultural icons as they embarked on adventurous trips across Asia, Europe, experiencing new cultures and ticking off their bucket list. That sounds dope. I had no idea, and I'm going back to watch that because I'm all about the bucket list. So I want to see what I can add on to mine. Please go check that out. He also had other shows, okay? So in 1993, he starred in a sitcom called George. No, I'm not talking about George Lopez. Where he played George Foster, a retired boxer turned private investigator. His charismatic personality also led to numerous guest appearances on popular TV shows, including $6 Million Man, Sanford and Son, and Home Improvement. George was a Renaissance man, okay? His smile lit up a whole room. George Foreman's life was so compelling that it inspired a 2023 biopic, Big George Foreman. The film chronicles his life journey from a troubled youth to a boxing champion, his spiritual transformation, and his successful foray into entrepreneurship. I watched that biopic. It was really good. So, cousins, I want to talk about George Foreman's deeply commitment to giving back to his community, particularly through the establishment of the George Foreman Youth and Community Center in Houston's 5th Ward. That's where he's from, and that's how you do it. You reach back and you give back. Founded in 1983, the center aimed to provide a safe haven for troubled and disadvantaged children, promoting family values and physical fitness. George considered this outreach his finest accomplishment, even surpassing his achievement in boxing and business. Isn't that beautiful? As much as he accomplished, that was one of his most prized accomplishments. I think that's beautiful. The center offered various facilities, including a full-size basketball court, 2 boxing rings, of course, and a women's-only workout area, all at an affordable membership fee. For example, an annual fee was pay your age, meaning if you're 15 years old, you would only pay $15, while adults 18 paid $90 for men and $45 for women. George's dedication to the center was profound. So this part makes me so upset, guys, because I did watch his biopic when it came out. In 1984, after discovering that a trusted friend had embezzled his investments, he used what was remaining of his fortune to support the youth center. He was so passionate about this youth center. This commitment to his community was a driving force behind his returning to boxing in the late 1980s, as he sought to generate funds to keep the center operational. Despite his efforts, the center faced challenges in the later years. The COVID-19 pandemic severely impacted its operation, leading to its closure, which is truly sad. Efforts were made to sell the building, but the center's legacy as a beacon of hope and supporting of Houston's youth remained a significant part of George Foreman's enduring impact on his community. That's a very long time for his center to be open. I know he was really heartbroken when the doors had to close on his youth center, because I did watch that biopic, like I said, and he really was passionate about this youth center. That is the reason why he came out of retirement. So for those doors to have to close due to the pandemic, I know he was heartbroken. And for a deeper insight on exactly how he felt about this youth center, I will provide a link to a video of him speaking on that in the description below. George Foreman's personal life was as rich as his professional life. He was married 5 times, and with his 5th wife, Mary Joanne Martley, from 1985 until his death. He was a proud father of 12 children, 5 sons and 7 daughters. In a unique fashion, he named all 5 of his sons George. I remember growing up and my grandfather teasing my grandmother that he should have named all their sons after him. He would get her so riled up and then turn to me and wink. They were together since they were 12. So he just really loved antagonizing her. And she would say, "No, you weren't going to name my babies after you. All of them with the same name." It was just so funny. George Foreman made a lot of great memories in my family. Cousins, you know how we do. Today, we just want to say thank you to a true legend. George, you wasn't just a champion in the ring, you were a champion in life. From the Olympic gold medal to heavyweight glory, from preacher to entrepreneur, you showed us what it meant to reinvent yourself, to never give up, and to lead with faith. You gave us moments we'll never forget, lessons that will last forever, and even a grill that changed kitchens worldwide, especially mine. But more than anything, you were a man of heart, of family, of purpose. You gave back to your community, and you were truly a beacon of Black excellence. George Foreman, thank you for your strength, thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for your incredible journey. You will always be remembered. Cousins, George Foreman's life was a testament to resilience, to reinvention, and to the power of faith. He inspired millions, not just by boxing, but as a man who continually evolved, facing challenges head on and emerged stronger each time. His passing on March 21st, 2025, at the age of 76 years old, marks the end of an era. Tributes have poured in from around the world, with fellow athletes and celebrities and fans honoring his legacy. We had to do what we do here best, and not just February. We honor our ancestors. We let them know how we love and appreciate them. So from us to George Foreman's family, we send our condolences. George Foreman, may you rest in peace. Bye, cousins.